What's up, Bree?
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to your girl's channel. If you're new here, my name is Bree. If you're not new, thank you so much for tuning back into your girl's channel today. In today's videos, as you can see, I am playing dress up, okay? Not only am I playing dress up, but I actually am getting married 2 weeks from today. And guess what, y'all? I'm doing my own makeup for my wedding. Everybody says I'm crazy, but I just love the way I do my makeup. So I really want to vibe on the day of my wedding. I want to be comfortable like I always am. I love doing my makeup on my face. I know my face the best. So I do think I want to do my own makeup, and I'm really feeling this look that I created. So if you guys do want to see how I created this look, please stick around and keep on watching to the very end. If you are a bride or you were a bride and you did your makeup yourself during your wedding, and if you have any tips or anything for me, please leave them down in the comments, because like I said, my wedding is 2 weeks away from today. I'm going to try to have this video out by tomorrow. So by tomorrow, it'll be 13 days away from my wedding. Oh my God. So if you guys have tips for me, please don't hesitate to leave them down in the comments. I would love to hear all about it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Before I jump right into the video, you guys, I did want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Dossier for sending me over a couple of fragrances. They do have their Black Friday sale coming up this Friday. So guys, make sure you check the description bar to see about the Black Friday sales that they have going on. I'm really excited for that, because I'm going to be purchasing some stuff on my own. They did send me this stuff in the mail for me to review. But guys, when I tell you, I've been buying Dossier for a minute now, okay? And I'm obsessed. I love it. They went and sent me another amber cherry that's inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. And when I tell y'all, it smells just like it. I went to the perfume store and I smelled the Tom Ford version, and Dossier did what they had to do with this one. And then they sent me another one that's near and dear close to my heart, and they probably didn't even know, because I actually asked for a different one. This one is called Ambery Orange Blossom. And the dupe, this is the dupe for Estee Lauder's Beautiful. Now, none of you guys are gonna know this, but growing up, my mother, as a matter of fact, to this day, my mother only wears Estee Lauder perfume. So immediately, before I even read the packaging, I smelled the perfume and I was like, that smells like Estee Lauder Beautiful. My mother, it smells like my mother. If you guys want to check this out, I'm going to leave all the information down in the description bar. And yeah, check out Dossier, you guys. I love all their fragrances. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, y'all, so now that we're up close and personal, we're going to get this thing started. But I did want to mention that my face has already been cleansed and moisturized. So I feel like that's one of the most important steps that sometimes people forget when they're doing their makeup. Make sure your face is clean and make sure that it's good and moisturized, okay? Even if you have oily skin, you want to go ahead and moisturize your skin just to make sure that you don't get any dry patches when you put on your makeup. And furthermore, remove the hair from your face, okay, ladies? If you got a little peach fuzz around the mustache area, upper lip area, whatever you want to call it, go ahead and wax that or shave it. Do whatever you do. I prefer waxing, because it does show up through the makeup. Those little black hairs shows up through the makeup. So go ahead and get that taken care of. But we're going to move on to my makeup process. It is a little lengthy. So the first thing I think that I'm going to do on my wedding day is prime my face with my Fenty like I always do. I don't want to deviate too much from the things that I already do, because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. And I'm going to go ahead and hydrate my entire face with this. And it's very moisturizing too, you guys. But like I said before, go ahead and moisturize your face before. If you do have oily skin, I would probably suggest a more mattifying primer. But I have basically dry and combination skin. So I just go ahead and use this hydrating primer because it just works for me. So I'm going to try to like not speed up the video, and I want us to go in real time so you guys can have an accurate representation of what I go through when I do my makeup process. I like to take my time, you guys, and it's actually pretty therapeutic. So make sure, especially when you're first learning to do your makeup, give yourself some grace, give yourself some time, be patient. and just have fun with it, okay? I really do have fun doing my makeup. That is what's made me so good at doing my makeup. I take my time, I try out new things, and I see what works for my face. Because what works for my face may not work for your face. Okay, so after I blend in that primer, I like to let it kind of set in the skin a little bit. So I usually would wait a couple minutes, but because of the sake, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna just grab my little handy dandy fan and just make sure that it's dried down on the face. Because like each product, even your moisturizer, you want to give it a minute to like set into the skin and dry down before you put the next product on. Now that I have that dried down onto the face, I'm going to go in with another primer. And the reason why I'm going to be using 3 primers today, y'all. The reason why I'm going to be using this many primers is because it's going to be my wedding day. I want my makeup to last, right? So we're gonna, well, actually, yeah, I actually kind of do this all the time, I'm not gonna lie. So, but I always want my makeup to last. I do get smile lines, so that's one of the main reasons why I use a couple different primers. So the second product we're gonna go in with is, we're going to go in with our e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and it looks like this. It's kind of dirty because I use it all the time. And it's really thick, but this primer is really good. So I just usually get about this much on my finger. Can y'all see that? I usually get about that much on my finger, put it together on my tips of my fingers like this, and I focus it on the smile line area and upper lip area because that's where I tend to get the most creasing. So I usually focus it in those areas right there. And I'm rubbing it in really good. And then I'm gonna, I'm not adding any more product, but whatever excess is on my hands, I'm gonna just rub that around the eyebrow area, because sometimes I get a little bit of creasing there too, not very much. Most of my creasing is my smile lines because I'm a happy girl. I smile all the time, so I just want to make sure that I get that locked in. Y'all see I got a little pimple there. Hopefully that goes away before the wedding day. We got about 2 weeks, so hopefully my skin is doing its thing for the wedding day. Okay, y'all, so the third and final primer that I'm going in with is my Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Wonder Glow, and it looks like this. This is like a travel size that I picked up from Sephora. So I'm going to go in with this because it's going to give me a little highlighting effect. So I'm only going to put this primer on the upper cheeks area here and like the nose, and maybe even a little dab here and a little dab here. I'm not going to put it all over the entire face because it's not really necessary, but I would just like that glow underneath the makeup. And this I definitely only do on special occasions. You know, it's a wedding or a birthday or whatever, and you just want that extra. So it's really pretty, and it's a nice primer that helps your makeup glow from underneath the makeup. But I only put it in these areas, and I'm just using the light touch. I love to use my hands, guys. If y'all haven't noticed by now, I use my hands for a lot of my makeup process. It just, I don't know, it makes it easier. I think the warmth of your hands, of like your actual flesh, helps warm the product up. And it just, I don't know, it just works better for me. Let me know if you guys feel the same. So we're just going to make sure that that is patted in nicely. So once we have all that nice and blended in the face, now I'm going to go in with my loose powder. And of course I'm going to use the Fenty loose powder in the color Hazelnut because it's almost the color of my skin. We'll go in with this to set down the primer. So this also helps decrease the smile lines. I'm going to go ahead and set down those smile lines. And I'm also going to put some on my eyebrows as well because that's where I actually tend to get oily at. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to really concentrate my smile lines because, like I said, around my mouth is where I get majority of my creasing. So I'm really going to focus on those areas. And then I'm putting it on my eyebrow area because, yes, I get creasing there too, but mainly is to dry up any oils that will happen throughout the day. And we all know weddings are long events. You got the actual ceremony, then you got the reception, cocktail hours, pictures, and another thing, we do want to be photo ready, y'all. So I'm trying to be airbrush. So this, I feel like it helps with that too. So whatever's left on my brush, I'm just gonna go over the rest of the face with this. And this Fenty loose powder really does provide a little bit of coverage as well, which I do appreciate that as well. So So now that I powdered down the face, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my setting powder. And I'm going to be using Urban Decay's All Nighter. This is the vitamin C one. I think I'm going to use this on my wedding day. I've used this a couple times so far and I liked it. I like how fine the mist sprays out, so I do appreciate that. So of course, you know, we got to let that dry down. All right, so you want to make sure that setting powder is dried down before you go in with your next product. And the next product I'm going to be using is my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This is in the shade 24 Golden, yeah. So I kind of use this as kind of a color corrector. I don't own any actual color correctors, but I do use this as a color corrector, and it works pretty well for me. It's like almost a shade of my skin color, but it just provides a little coverage for those hyperpigmented areas, which for me is for some reason this area around my mouth. And I go ahead and do it on the upper lip because I did wax, but you know, sometimes you still have a little hyperpigmentation in those areas because that is where hair will grow. So I just like to give myself some coverage there. And then of course underneath the eyes, because I do have those veins peeking through. So of course you want to go ahead and put some there as well. All right, so not too much, but just a nice little coating. And then I also get a little hyperpigmentation on the top of my nose for some reason. So when I do my foundation, I just want a nice clean base, no hyperpigmentation. So I do like to let this concealer dry down as well a little bit, just to provide more coverage using less product. So now we blend, and to blend out, I'm going to use my e.l.f. buffing foundation brush, and I'm going to use a really light hand, you guys. Like I always tell you guys when I do my makeup, use a really light hand and just stipple it into the skin. Don't drag it down. Don't be too rough. Use a really light hand and just pat the product right into the skin. And I like to leave it in the same area to concentrate the product in the area that we want it in. We can always buff it out later to clear up the lines, but blending with makeup to me is like the most important part. But you know, areas like this, you want to keep it nice and concentrated on where you want the product to give you that coverage. So I like to just focus it on that product, and I can blend out the edges later. And then I like to, whatever's left on my brush, I like to bring it along the bottom of my mouth here. And then you see how I'm just taking it now that I've got the product where I wanted it, just buffing it out those ends so you won't have any harsh lines. And of course, we're going to put our foundation on top of this, but you know, you want to make it nice and blended. So now I'm going up toward the under eye area, doing the same thing. And y'all, I will literally take all day blending. Like I said before, one of the most important parts of your makeup. So you want to make sure that you do a good job blending. And I like to take whatever's left on my brush and I'll go ahead and put it on the upper eye. You know, your skin tends to be pretty thin there anyway. So that's going to make those blue and green veins show up. And that's what causes the hyperpigmentation around the eyes. So this will also help mask some of that as well. And look at that. Hyperpigmentation is gone. And I did forget, y'all, usually I do my eyebrows before that step, but it really doesn't matter. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go ahead and do our brows. And I've talked about my brows a lot. I think I've actually done a video. They're really easy for me now because I do it all the time, but they've been waxed, so they're nice and cleaned up underneath. I don't have the most perfect eyebrows, so that's one of the reasons why I do draw them. But I just use my Kiss New York professional pencil. It's the fine precision, however you say it. It's a fine precision brow pencil in deep dark brown. So I'm going to go in with that to carve out my eyebrows. And I can't talk when I do this, y'all, so give me a minute. Okay, y'all, so I'm pretty much done with that part. And I know I said I wasn't going to speed any of the video up, but I'm probably going to have to speed that up a little bit because it does take a little while. And like I said before, I can't talk when I do it. So we'll have to speed that up. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do for the brows is I'm going to carve it out to give it that nice, sharp, clean look. I love that look. I know some people say it's out of style, but I still like it. So that's what I'm going to do. And to do that, I'm going to be using my Born This Way Too Faced Multi-Purpose Sculpting Concealer in the color Butterscotch, along with that same Clinique foundation plus concealer that I used earlier to color correct. So what I usually do is take the darker one, which is the one from Clinique, and I'll put it here on both sides just like this. And then I'll take my Born This Way in Butterscotch and put it at the end. Okay, and then, okay, y'all, so like I was saying, I put the lighter shade of highlighter on the outside of the brow, and that's the Born This Way. And then I put the Clinique on the inner part of the eye, and then what I do is blend them together. I went ahead and did this one off camera, so I'm going to do this one on camera for you. So first, I just like to drag it up and create my nice sharp line. And then I'll go into that Born This Way and do that same thing with the outer corner. And then I'll take it and kind of blend them together so it's not a harsh line. And again, I hope I told y'all a second ago, but I'm using my Morphe I'm using my Morphe M421 brush to do that. So once you blend that with that and create your line, then I go in with my Expert Concealer brush. This came from e.l.f. I'm pretty sure Real Techniques. It's a Real Techniques 210 brush, and it's called a Expert Concealer brush. So I just use that to get the good blend. And then I like to blend it all the way down to the lid, giving my lid a little bit more coverage because we are going to be going in with eyeshadow for the wedding, honey. If you thought I wasn't, you was sadly mistaken. So we're going to go in with that just to make sure we're nice and blended. And then I like to pick up my the eyebrow pencil brush and just make sure that the hairs are going the correct way because we are going to set those brows down with a brow gel. Because again, this is our wedding day, so we're doing everything extra. To set my brows down, I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York Brow Fast Sculpt. It's a gel mascara in a little tube. So it's just like a brow gel that helps keep your brows in place. So I like my brows to look kind of like they're standing up. So I just like to brush them in like that. Not too much, because if you put too much of this, y'all, it will flake on you. So just use a light hand and don't put too much. And just make sure you have your brows already groomed and make sure that you make them go the direction you want them to go, because once they're set, honey, okay? Just like that, brows are done. So now the next step is the fun part, the actual foundation. And believe it or not, y'all, excuse me, I'm shaking it up. Believe it or not, y'all, you guys, I have a lot of different foundations. I have Fenty, I have Born This Way, I have Juvia's Place, and I like all of them. But my favorite color match and my favorite foundation, I'm sorry, but it's Maybelline. It's Maybelline Fit Me, and I like to use the Dewy Smooth one. And I'm in the shade 355 Coconut. I've been using this for a couple of years now. This is one of the first foundations that I bought, and hey, like I said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just because it's my wedding doesn't mean I'm going to use a foundation that I've never used before or one that I don't like as much. I'm going to use my favorite foundation for my wedding day, okay? So what I like to do is just put this much on the back of my hand. I don't really use that much foundation because thankfully I don't have a lot of blemishes to cover up. I'm just using my foundation to give my face one overall color, okay? And this is my favorite color match. I'm a little lighter right now because I haven't been in the sun, but y'all, when I'm my normal skin color, this is a perfect match, but it's gonna be perfect regardless because we're gonna make it such. But I like to, when I'm blending out my makeup, y'all, I like to pick up my ear, get all those creases, get behind the baby hair, really get in there. Don't be scared to get in those crevices. A lot of people miss the areas between their nose. Get all that. And I'm actually gonna take a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with another layer, which is something I normally don't do, but because we're taking wedding photos, and again, this is my wedding day makeup. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm gonna be doing for my wedding day. So for my wedding day, I'm gonna go in with another layer. Not a lot though, probably less this time. About that much on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna go with another layer. Just because you want to make sure that we're photo ready. And the same thing we did with the concealer earlier with color correcting, I'm just patting it into the face. You see, I'm never dragging my brush. And I'm going to hit my forehead, you guys. If you guys watch any of my makeup videos before, you know I don't put a lot of foundation on my forehead. So for those of you who are new here and who have not seen my makeup videos before, I don't put a lot of foundation on my forehead. But we're going to get there. Don't worry. Don't you worry. So whatever's left on the brush now, I'll go in on my little forehead. I have a weird forehead, y'all. I feel like it's little because like my baby hairs go down so low, but then at the same time it's big here. So I got the weirdest forehead, y'all. So which makes it really interesting when I put on wigs. But anyway, you just see how I have that nice clean base, whole face, same color, nice brown. Just, oh, I love the Fit Me. I don't care what no one says. It does it for me. So the next step is going to be our highlight, which is another favorite part of mine. And I'm going to go back in with that same Born This Way that I used on the outer portion of my brows. And I'm just going to do the sides of my nose for a little reverse contour, just like so. And then highlight like that. And then I also like to put some right here. And then what I've been doing lately is when I'm really in the glam mode, which I am going to be in glam mode for the wedding, is I'm going to go in with a lighter color. And this one is by Clinique, that same type of, the same brand we used earlier to color correct. And I'm going to use this highlighter in the color Sesame. It's really light. Don't be alarmed. It is really light. But this is what I like to do when I'm ready, when I'm going to do a full glam beat, okay? So I'm putting this right in the center, okay? Okay, and then I'm going to go back in my Born This Way to highlight my nose because I almost forgot. And I don't really highlight my upper lip and chin area anymore, you guys. You can still do that if you like, but that's not really my vibe anymore. So while that's drying out, you know you want to let your concealer dry down a little bit before you start blending it out, just to give you maximum coverage, okay? So while that's being done, I'm going to go ahead and start my contour. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York contour in the color 65 Coffee. And I like to put it, I don't like to put it directly on my face. I like to put some on my hand. And I want to use that. And I'm going to mix it with the Maybelline New York Coca, 60 Coca. So I'm going to mix those two together on my hand like this. Just a little bit. This is all I need for my whole entire face, you guys. You don't want to overdo it. Then I'll just mix those together on my hand and just dab some here, dab some there, and then I do a little on the forehead. And we'll just get to contouring. I like a nice high contour these days. It just looks way better to me. Let me know what you guys think. And I like to go really close to that concealer because we're going to blend that all together. It's going to all be one nice mixture. And then whatever's left on my brush, I like to go in with the creases on my eyes. And don't worry, we are, like I said, this is my wedding day. So we're going all out. We're pulling out all the stops. I am going to be putting on some eyeshadow today, which, you know, still kind of new for me, but It's actually really fun. So whatever's left on my hand, not grabbing any more product, just going to go ahead and chisel out my jawline. I have a pretty defined jawline already, so I don't overdo this part, but you know, you want to give your face some color and dimension. So I do go ahead and give a little extra chisel. Like I said, we're taking pictures for the wedding, okay? So we want to make sure that everything looks nice and cohesive. And I never forget my ears, you guys. When I'm doing my makeup, your ears are a part of your skin, so you want to make sure they have color. You ever seen these people with like nice bronze looking face and then their ears look like white or stark? Like, that's because they're not putting any makeup on their ears, okay? We don't want to forget that. So whatever's left of my brush, I'm putting on the nose. If you hit the concealer, it's okay. It's okay. Everything can be fixed. It's just makeup. Now that I've let my concealer dry down a little bit on my face, I'm going to go ahead and start blending her out. And I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge, and it's damp. And well, what I did was I like to wet my sponge and then I wring it out as dry as I can. Then I'll take a towel and wring it out again, okay? So it's just damp. And I'm going to use a really light hand. I'm going to take my time when blending this out because you want to follow this beat, okay? So I'm going to take my time. Keep in mind, we're using a really light hand, you guys, okay? Don't worry. Don't panic. We're going to blend out the edges later. Don't be concerned about that. Just blend your product in place, okay? I don't like to move it around too much. I just like to blend it exactly where I placed it, because that's where you want it to stay. Those are the areas you want highlighted. So it's going to look crazy at first, but don't panic. Okay, here's what we look like now. Crazy, right? I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush, not adding any more product to the brush. And those lines, I'm just going to start buffing those lines or the edges to blend. So this is going to help blend in. It's going to merge in your foundation with your contour and your highlight. And I think this is the game changer for me, y'all. This is why I think my makeup is top tier. Blending, okay? And again, not adding any more product. Then I'm going to grab my sponge again and I'm going to blend some more. And then I'm going to go back in with my brush again to make sure those edges are nice and blended. Making everything nice and cohesive. I don't know about y'all, but it's giving perfection to me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit my nose. And whatever's left on my sponge, I'll put on the forehead. And I put some on the chin. Same thing, I'm not adding any more product, just whatever's left on the brush. Put on the upper lip and the chin and the forehead. And I'm going to go back in with my same foundation brush and make sure that everything is nice and blended out. Look how good that looks, y'all. Nice and cohesive. Great, awesome blend. If you feel like you lost too much product, go back in with your oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, for my contour, I use my Fenty brush in the 110 Fenty brush. If you feel like you lost some of the deepness of your contour, go back in with your contour brush. You don't have to add any more product on there. Just go back in with your brush and add the color back. So I go back and forth with the brushes throughout my whole foundation routine. So now for setting, to set my highlighted areas, I'm gonna go on with my One Size translucent powder. This right here is awesome. It's a game changer for me. I like to put some in the cap, put it on that same Real Technique sponge I had, blow it off, tap some on my hand, and then I press straight in. I don't bake. I press straight in. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on my eyebrows as well to set them down, because like I said, my eyebrows do tend to get oily. So I'm going to go ahead and set down that as well. And then we'll set our smile lines in just a second. But before we do that, I don't like the powder to sit too long on my eyebrows, so I just go ahead and use my same brush I used earlier with my Fenty to buff that off the eyebrows so it won't stick too much. Because remember, we did put that gel in there. So to clean that up, all we have to do is grab our eyebrow pencil and just brush it away. Okay, y'all, so now that we've set down our eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and set down my smile lines with that same One Size powder. And I've really been feeling this One Size powder. Patrick Starr did what he had to do. So, I'm going to set down my smile lines, but I'm not going to completely blend everything out. We're also going to set the nose. Again, if I haven't already done it, y'all, I had to leave and come back. And to clean that up and to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Press Powder in the same shade as my foundation, 355. And I'm just going to buff that on that same brush I used earlier. And I don't think I told you guys what it was called, but it's called Elf Total Face. And we're just going to use that to not only buff with the setting powder, but to just set the remainder of the face that has not already been set. Because remember, anytime you put any liquid on your face, we want to make sure that we set it down. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. brush. I'm going to go in with my Fit Me Press Powder 362 Truffle just to give me a little bit more of a contour. Just a little bit. Got a little hair on my face. So just a little bit here. Just to deepen up my contour. And we'll put some on the corners of the ears as well. And then just a little bit on that jawline, what we contoured earlier. And then I also like to put some here on the nose. We are going to contour the nose, you guys, but I'm going to use my bronzer like I always do. So that is what's going to lead us into the bronzer. And of course, we're going to use what I always use, my Cocoa Naughty by Fenty. By now, you guys know I'm obsessed with it, obviously, because this is absolutely empty. But I got another one. We're going to got a backup because my wedding is coming up, so I had to make sure I was nice and stocked. So I'm going to be using the Cocoa Naughty bronzer to bronze up the face. And I'm basically kind of putting it in the same places that I put my contour, just a little bit more brushed out and more messy. And I even put some on my nose right there. Then I'm going to put some on my chin. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that on the jawline as well, so that whatever I put earlier would just kind of mesh all together. And then after that, I'm going to go in with this tapered brush like this. It's from Ruby Kisses. See, so you guys can see it. It is from Ruby Kisses. And that's what we're going to use to contour the nose. So just nice and light contour. And we're gonna drag that all the way up to the brow bone like this. And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm going fast, y'all. This is literally how I do my makeup. So I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm trying to give y'all a nice, accurate representation of what I really do. So yeah. Just like this. And I put more out of here. And then I put some right here to give that little separation. Okay. And now that I'm done with the bronzing, I'm going to bronze some more with another Fenty product. This time I'm going to use Mocha Mommy bronzer just for a little extra bronze look. This one is a little red for my skin tone, but I still just use a little bit just to give myself that nice, beautiful color. And now we're going to go ahead and jump right into the eyes. So for the eyes, we're going to be using Dose of Colors Wifey palette, and it is in collaboration with Makeup Shayla. I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I'm actually also really pissed that I lost my lip liner that came with this collection, but that's neither here or there. But we're going to use that same taper brush we used earlier, and we're going to go into this beautiful chocolate cover right here, and it's called Cocktail Hour. Oh no, sorry. No, this one is called Dress Code. So that's the color we're going to go in with this brush and dust it off. It's very, very pigmented, so make sure you dust off the excess. I'm just going to go and start patting it into my crease. Yeah, these are very, very pigmented, and I have been using them. Like I said before, anything that I'm going to be using for my wedding, I'm going to make sure I know how to use them. I'm not going to make it my first time that I'm using the product on my wedding day. If I didn't mention, I am doing my own makeup on my wedding. So that's one of the reasons for this video. I'm giving myself even more practice, you know. Practice makes perfect. But yeah, we just want to get this color into that crease line because we're going to go deep, okay? We're going deep with the colors for my wedding day, but not too deep, only because I am getting married in the daytime. So this look needs to be appropriate for brunch because I'm having a brunch wedding. Very untraditional, but you know what? It's saving me and my fiance a lot of money, so I am not mad at it. At the end of the day, this day is for us, not for anyone else. So yeah, I just blow that out. Y'all watch. Y'all see what I did there. Now I'm gonna grab a smaller taper brush. This one is from Nika K, and I'm gonna go with that darker color. And that one is Cocktail Hour. So I'm gonna go into that one right here, this deep one. I'm not gonna go into the black today because, like I said, we are gonna be having our wedding during the day, so I don't want to make it too dark. But this one, I'm just gonna go like right below the crease just to deepen it up a little bit more. This is going to be so pretty, you guys. I've done this before, by the way, so I know it's going to be pretty. And just whatever you do when you do your makeup, don't overthink it. Take your time. And like I said earlier in the video, have fun with it. Take your time and have fun. Because makeup is supposed to be fun. And just remember, is makeup is not permanent. It's not a tattoo on your face. It's not going to last forever, okay? So just take your time and have fun. Even on my wedding day, I feel like I'm not going to be stressing it. I'm going to have a good time with my makeup. And practice makes perfect. So the more I do it, the easier it becomes for me. All right. So after I get that looking the way I want, I'm going to go in with this flat brush, this flat eyeshadow brush. And then I'm going to go with this color right here. And I'm going to put that on the rest of my lid. Then I'm gonna go back in with that purse taper brush I use just to blend everything on out. So again, y'all, blending is so important. You want to blend your eyeshadow, blend your foundation, blend your everything. We're gonna blend every product that we're gonna be putting on our face. Okay, so blending is so very important. Now I'm gonna go in with this flat brush. I have no idea where it's from, but it's a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna use that for the glitter. I think for my wedding day, I want to go in with this more goldy looking glitter, and that one is called Cabo. So that's the one we're going to go in with for the lid. I don't normally put glitter on my lid, but again, it's my wedding day. Why would I not? So I'm going to go in with that on the lid, and I'm going to place it just on top of Bouquet, which was the first color that I placed down. Make sure you patent those brushes off, y'all, so you won't have to fall out. That's one thing I'm going to have to remember on my wedding day. And y'all, this is, like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect. Have fun with it. This is just the look I'm going for. And the reason why I like this palette, because I feel like it's perfect for night and day. It's a great transition. So the color for my wedding, I'm done with that palette, by the way. So the color for my wedding is green. That's the main pop color at the wedding. It is a hunter green. So what I'm thinking, what I may do, this is just a thought. Y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and let me know what y'all think. How do you guys think it looks? Especially for a wedding day, I'm gonna be in my white dress, but I kind of want to compliment everybody else. Everybody else is gonna have on green. So what I was thinking is I put a little bit of green underneath the eye and the waterline area. So I was thinking this green. So I'm gonna go in with that at the bottom of my waterline, and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. I'm a little nervous, but this is not wedding day. This is why we're doing this, for the practice. So I'm just gonna pat that right onto the waterline. And my nose always runs when I do my makeup, y'all. Let me know if y'all does that too. But my nose always runs when I do my makeup. How do y'all think it looks? I think it's kind of cute. Well, the question is it cute for my wedding day? That's the question. Okay, what do you guys think? I think it's cute. I think it's very subtle, not too much. And before I forget, let's put on our blush, y'all. Almost forgot about our blush. So before I get, let's put on our blush. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. powder blush palette in the shade Light, and I'm gonna go in with that. So I don't know how I can forget the blush. I love blush. So I'm gonna go in with these two. I always mix them together. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then I like to do my blush pretty high nowadays, like almost underneath the eye. And if you put too much, it's fine. We can always correct that with our blending brush. Now that we have our blush on, we're going to go back in with the eyes and do our mascara before we get ready to put our lashes on. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Everybody knows about this. It's so beautiful. I'm going to be putting lashes on, but the lashes I'm putting on are half lashes. So I still want to make sure that I coat my natural lashes really well, just because they are going to be showing. They're going to be peeking through. I'm not wearing anything too crazy of a dramatic lash, because I kind of, even though my face is beat and it's glam, I still want to give, you know, fairly natural, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and coat up these with mascara, and I am going to go in with liner. I almost forgot. I am going to go in with some liner. as well. And if you are not used to doing your makeup, set your face with your setting spray before you go in with your mascara. I've been doing this for a while now, so I generally don't have an issue with messing up my makeup. But if you are fairly new, do yourself a favor, set your face before. Right now, it may seem like I'm all over the place. That's because I am, partially. But also because this is how I really do my makeup, y'all. Sometimes I go back and forth. I go to the eyes, I go to the face, I go to the lip. I go back and forth. So that's just me. So now I'm going to go ahead and highlight. So I'm going to highlight the center of my nose with the same palette I've been using for a long time. It's my BH Spotlight palette. I'm not sure if this is still available. I've had this for so long. But I always go in with the color Radiance. So that's what I'm going to go in to highlight my nose. And I might actually do a little highlight on the cheek for my wedding day. Just, you know, to be extra. If I'm going to do something any day, it's going to be my wedding day. So I like to just make myself like an exclamation point, little dot on the nose, just on the top of the button of the nose right there. And then down the bridge. So what I might do on my wedding day is maybe I'll take my blush brush and I'll maybe just dab just a little bit in that Radiance and just, ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, Lord, that is pigmented. That's okay. Like I said before, we're not gonna panic, okay? Not gonna panic. You just grab your foundation brush and just smudge that out. I don't like too much shimmer on my face anymore. That's so like 2002. So I think that's cute. That's enough. So now I'm going to go ahead and prep my lashes before I get into my lip. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set my face down now before I forget. So I'm going to use that same setting spray from All Nighter, or Urban Decay's All Nighter. And I'm going to wipe off any excess makeup off my lips. And the lashes I'm going to be using today, and most likely for my wedding day, is Allure London lashes. And these are the 3/4 length lashes. I found these at Ulta. And maybe I'm not going back. This is what I'll be using probably for the rest of my life. I say that now, but, you know, we find new things all the time. But I'm definitely going to start using these. That's a new pack right there. I actually bought 4 packs because I'm like, just in case they run out of these, just in case they discontinue. I was like, mama need about 4 packs. So I think I bought whatever they had on their counter when I was at Ulta, or whatever they had out on the floor when I was in Ulta. So I'm sorry, I'm just picking the glue off of these lashes because I actually wore these yesterday. So they're really good lashes that you can wear multiple times. So I'm just picking the glue off of the ones I wore yesterday. And they actually come with glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and prep them. And we still got to do our my liner, y'all. Like, my memory is like, it's that 30 kicking in, I'm telling y'all. So I'm putting my glue on there, and then I'm going to set it down to give it time to get tacky, okay? That's one of the mistakes a lot of people make as well. They don't give their lashes time to get tacky before they try to put it on their eye. Then you got a mess. It's slip sliding everywhere. So just make sure you give it a few minutes to start drying before you slap a wet lash on your lash line. You're going to have glue all over the place. But these are actually really easy to work with because you're just working with 3/4 of a lash. So yeah, when you reuse your lashes, guys, do want to wash them. I just wore these yesterday or last night, so I haven't really had time to wash them. But once I finish this video, I'm going to be washing my face and getting ready for bed. So I'm not going to have this makeup on long at all. So yeah, prep the lashes, set them down, give those time to start drying. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start on my liquid liner. So I do want to wear liquid liner for my wedding, and I think I'm going to use my Sephora liquid liner. And y'all bear with me, I'm not the best with liner, so I'm probably not going to talk through this part. Wow. I didn't mean to make it that long, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. If it happens on wedding day, it just happens. And the hardest part for me, y'all, is mimicking the same thing on the other side. Always has been, probably always will be. But we're gonna try, honey. All right, I know they look a little different. I made a little bit of mess, so we're gonna try to clean it up the best we can. What I like to do is get my Q-tip a little damp and wipe away any mistakes like that. And then I'll take my brush, my little fine defining brush, and replace back any of that product that I wiped off when I was trying to fix my mistake. Just like that. This one looks so much better, y'all. Am I tripping? We're gonna roll with it. We're gonna leave it alone, because if I keep messing with them, I'm gonna make it worse. Trust me. So now I'm gonna go on my lip, and I'm gonna be using one of my all-time favorite lip liners from Absolute New York in the color Coffee Bean. I really wanted to use my Dose of Colors Makeup Shayla collab lip liner, but I lost it when I was in Houston for my bachelorette party, so clearly I had a good time. So I'm going with one of my favorite lip liners for the lip. And I want to try to stay away from overlining my lips too much, because like I said, I'm going for a little bit of natural. Then for wedding ceremony, I'm going to use the Makeup Shayla Dose of Colors lipstick. It's called Final Touch. So I'm going to keep my lips matte for the wedding ceremony. That's because I'm be kissing my man and he hates lip gloss on his face. So matte usually doesn't transfer. So I'm going to use that for the wedding. And then for the reception, I'm going to put the gloss on top. Because, honey, I love a good gloss, okay? So this is really pretty too, y'all. So and now I'm gonna pop these lashes on because they should be ready by now. So I do like to pinch my lashes together with the tweezers just to make sure they are nice and flush with my natural lash line. And these almost look so natural, y'all. I'm obsessed with these lashes. They're my absolute favorite now. So now that I have those lashes popped on, I'm gonna go in with my mascara again to make sure they're nice and blended. What's the word of the day, guys? Blended. Wow. Now that is a face. All right, guys, that concludes this beat. I'm obsessed with this look. I kept the camera nice and close so you guys could see exactly what your girl is working with. This is definitely going to be my wedding makeup look. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the green liner underneath the line, or the green eyeshadow in the waterline. Maybe I need to add more. Maybe I don't need to do it all. Maybe should I do black? What do you guys think? Y'all let me know down in the comments your opinions on that. I'm happy with the look. I'm happy with the look, but I think I might just kind of show you guys also what the lip looks like gloss too, just so you can get both views. All right, you guys, so I had to go ahead and change and put on some more wedding looking appropriate attire. But before I go, I did want to go ahead and put the gloss on for you guys so you guys can see. Sorry, y'all. So you guys can see what my look is going to look like when I put the gloss on my lips. Like, I actually love this matte lip, and I don't know, I might not put the gloss on. Let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do, but for right now I'm gonna put the gloss on so you guys can see what it looks like, because I love a gloss. Yeah, that does something too. Let me zoom in. Okay, y'all, so this is what the gloss looks like. I think it's absolutely beautiful as well. I think it looks beautiful with the gloss. I think it looks beautiful without the gloss. You guys choose. Regardless, I'm going to wear the matte for the wedding ceremony, because like I said, when I kiss my man's, I don't want the gloss all over his lips. He hates that. So but after the ceremony, after the wedding ceremony, should I put the gloss on for the reception? What y'all think? Y'all leave it down in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know what you guys think about this look I did for my wedding. Let me know if you guys think I'm going to kill it or not. I love my natural hair, but I'm not going to be wearing my hair like this for my wedding. You guys are just going to have to wait and see what I got in the store, but it's gonna be super cute, y'all. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk you guys' ear off. I'm already rambling, but thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm super excited for my wedding day. Like I said, it's 2 weeks from today. I am marrying the love of my life, my male best friend, my favorite Sag, and I can't wait. So you guys stick around for the journey with me. I will be posting some more wedding content soon. If you guys like this, like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to your girl's channel. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
I'll make